Good morning. I hope you are well wherever you are. My name is Sophia and welcome back to Sophia Live. Ruto is not preparing for the 2027 elections. Ruto is preparing for what happens after Kenyans reject the results. These are some of the comments that are being made by Kenyans. A section of Kenyans believe that the 2027 election no longer disturbs Ruto because Ruto at this point knows that he will not win that election. So he is not even preparing for it. He is preparing for what happens because he knows Kenyans will reject the results. Kenyans will reject the 2027 presidential election results. So we have this Kenyan by the name Mzalendo Mutemi Kiama, who has just made this Twitter post. And in his post, Mzalendo is asking you to observe the pattern, to follow the pattern, and to try to understand the pattern that is currently Ruto is applying right now. So this is what Mzalendo wa Kiama is saying. Ruto is no longer preparing to win 2027. He is preparing for what happens after Kenyans reject the results. Look carefully at the pattern. Njoki Ndung'u being pushed to the ICC. Philomena Mwilu exiting soon. Warsame already singing respect the appointing authority. A carefully cultivated Supreme Court bench slowly taking shape around one man's political survival. This is not random. This is architecture. A 7-judge shield designed to sanitize disputed elections, neutralize constitutional resistance, and protect power at all costs. Kenyans must stop thinking rigging only happens at the polling stations. Modern state capture happens in the courts, in appointments, in institutions, and in silent elite deals made years before an election. Why is State House so invested in judicial positioning? Why are loyalists being rewarded strategically? Why is even independent institution slowly becoming politically obedient? Because Ruto understands one thing. The real battle after 2027 may not be in the streets. It may be in the Supreme Court of Kenya. Observe the Supreme Court of Kenya carefully. Observe the appointments. Observe the silence. Observe the programming. This regime is not planning for democracy. It is planning for legal protection after democracy is violated. History has taught us one painful truth. When the judiciary is captured, the citizen becomes powerless. 2027 will not just be about votes. It will be about whether Kenya still has institutions strong enough to defend those votes. So these are words from Mzalendo Kiama, who is alleging that the 2027 battle will not happen in the ballot, but will happen in our corridors of powers. It will happen in court. Allow me to read, I think, 3 or 4 comments reaction to this. We have this one by the name Alex, who said, "This is how it has always been. Nyinyi ndio wageni Kenya. Welcome to the side of the country you have been shielded from for the past 20 years. Blatant election fraud, judiciary bench fixing, and even killing of IEBC personnel is part and parcel of Kenya's electoral system." Kenya ni home says, "Enough is enough. The government needs to go home. Kenya ilifika aje hapa? Just the other day, we were proud of this great nation." And then Mandela says, "The real question will be whether Kenyans will stand together against the evil spirits that hold the country hostage." And the last one is from Shabak, who says, France being introduced to Kenya as a backup in case we reject him, and that's why they were given immunity from prosecution. So these are some of the comments being made by Kenyans in regards to the 2027 election. Yesterday, I made a video about what I've been observing about these by-elections. And there is one thing that is clear, that violence and chaos have been used in all the by-elections that has been happening in this country, from Mbere North to Malava. Even yesterday in Emuru Dikir, there was some chaos in the morning. Some agents were pushed out from their polling stations and all that. And even in Olkalau is going to happen. See, it is happening next month. Yes, you observe, you'll notice that. So this is something that I've noticed, that I don't want to sound negative, but I just want to prepare you, and I just want us to now accept the reality. And one of the reality is that there is a high chance that violence, chaos will be used to sell fear to the people and to ensure that the turn up in the 2027 general election is so low, especially in areas who have totally rejected Ruto. These are some of the things that I'm expecting is going to happen. So Kenyans, what next? I like the fact that we are all thinking, we are all coming to a conclusion that Ruto is gone, but there is a high chance that he will refuse to go. I remember also Professor Kivutha Kibwana made this, said this, that Ruto might reject the 2027 presidential election result. So what next? What next in case this is what is going to happen in 2027? How are we prepared as Kenyans? What are we going to do? Are we going to remain helpless? Are we going back to the street? What are we going to do? These are some of the questions that we should, of course, we should be asking ourselves, and we should be thinking about. Me, I've said it, and I've said it several times. I need not to tell you today that Ruto has no numbers. This has been my stand since 3 months ago. This has been my stand. Ruto has no numbers to defeat anyone in the 2027 presidential election. He has no numbers to do so. This is what I've been saying. Now, it is us to move past that, because we know the patterns of our elections in this country. Let's not pretend like this is the first time some things are going to happen. No. Since 2007, we know what has been happening in this country, especially when it comes to presidential results. We saw what happened in this country in 2007. It was tragic violence, mass murders, and all that. But we are not ready to go back to that. This one, we've made it clear. We've made it clear we are not going to kill one another because of politicians. This is not going to happen. So from the patterns, we can clearly even see where this is going. 2007, 2013, 2017, 2022, all these elections, the presidential results has been not so straight, been having issues with all these. So as we move forward, let us think in this line of Muzalendo. Now what next? This is a very important question for Kenyans right now, and this is something that we should think about. So I am so worried about this country, because even right now, Ruto is testing our anger. When we see that fuel prices goes up by 46, that is a lot. 46 bob shillings for the first time in history. This is happening. It is not like Ruto is doing this out of nowhere. Ruto is testing your patience and your anger, and what you can do. This is what Ruto is trying to do, because he knows that he is going to hurt you. He is going to hurt you, Mbeleni. And he's trying to see what you can do. Will you be making noise on social media and all it goes like that? Or will you be doing something? He's using these tactics to test your anger and your patience ahead of what he is planning to do in the 2027 election. So Kenyans, get prepared. Just know that stop thinking, observe, and let's now get prepared. Of course, I'm one of the people who believe that these politicians will take this country nowhere. This has been my stand, and that's why I've been saying that maybe in the 2027 election we should go beyond politicians, because even if we give these people 100 years, there is nothing that is going to change in this country. These people are just useless. They are just there for their interest and all that. So Kenyans, let's think about this. Let's think about our country. Let's think about the future of this country. I don't even know if this country has a future, because what is happening in this country, terrible. So Kenyans, let's get prepared. We have the numbers. That one is something that is just an obvious thing. That one should not worry you. Ruto being defeated in 2027 is going to happen. Now, will he accept to hand over power the same way Uhuru did in 2022? Will he accept that? This is the question that we should be asking ourselves. So I will leave you with that question and allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.